Back in the basement today, and it's just getting very warm down here. I just put this thermometer down here, so I think it's still adjusting because it's much warmer than that. It essentially goes up 0.2 degrees about every 30 seconds. But I can feel it. I can feel it's getting really warm because I got a lot going on down here. I got the 3060 Ti rig and then the 40 series test rig right here that is doing 1600 watts. I have the KSO Pro over there doing whatever it's doing. This is off right now. Got a 3090 in that PC, 3090 in that PC. Test bench, another PC with a 3060 in it. And then just the networking equipment. That's a server. It's using a lot of wattage. I got to replace that soon. So ultimately, it's just getting really warm down here, which isn't too bad because winter's coming. It's fall right now, though. It's been a very warm fall where I live. Oh, plus like the lighting for the studio, TVs, all that kind of stuff. It's just giving off a lot of electricity. So I don't mind a little bit during the fall and the winter to keep the basement warm, and then I have a ranch house, so it just goes right up to the floor above. But it's getting a little uncomfortable already since I've been turning some more stuff on, and I don't want to burn through air conditioning, and I don't want to have all the windows open right now because the leaves are coming down and the allergies are bad. And I have the outdoor space, I have the garage, so it's just time to move some stuff out there. So what I'm going to do in this video is get that 3060 Ti moved out there. I want to keep the 40 series down here because those are the newer GPUs, and I just want them kind of in a housing envelope here, not out in potential elements or dust or anything like that. And this will stay down here too, but that's again off right now. So I think just to start, I'm gonna get that rig outside, but what you'll see is that room's actually really tight out here on the shelving that I have in the garage. Though there's things that are off, so I can certainly move things around. And I'm just taking into consideration the cards that I'm going to sell. There's the 3070 rig, I still gotta fix a little bit. But these cards are all gonna stay here. So I wanna just go through these ones right here because these are the ones that I'm gonna get rid of. And that's all 16 series, and that's a lot of shelf space. So what I'm gonna do, and I just really dislike doing this because it's heavy and it's just chance of something going wrong. But I'm gonna take all of those cards, that's 16 cards on those 8-bay Veta frames, power supplies and everything. I'm gonna get this all down the basement so I can start sorting through it. And maybe we'll look up pricing of what those cards are going for because I'm gonna sell those ones. And then at least I can get the 3060 Ti rig out here because the garage is cool. It's not conditioned, and I like it staying a little warm this time of year for when I come out here and have to do things. And I'm thinking about finishing off the rest of this garage soon. But anyway, that's an aside to what I got going on. So let me get that shelf space cleared off there. That's all those 16 series cards. Bring that down the basement. We'll take a look at the rig a little bit closer. It's pretty sentimental to me. I'll talk about that. But most importantly, we gotta clear that out so we can get the 3060 Ti's right there. So let's get these unplugged. So we got power there, Ethernet here, power here as well. And I put these two together. I think that's way too much to carry all at once. So I'm gonna break these down and then carry it rig by rig. I actually realized I can't break these down because the shelf space is too tight. So I gotta take this whole thing out. Pray for me. Here we go. Man, who put this space together? It's so tight. Okay. Okay, it's actually not too bad. I think I might be able to carry this whole thing downstairs. So I'll meet you down there. See you in a bit, hopefully. All right, let's see how we do here. I got Red Fox Jr. behind the camera. First time. Point that at me, buddy. You got it really good? Okay. Hoping I don't drop these. Okay, it is heavy. All right, we're gonna go around this way. Maybe knock some stuff over, we'll see. You're doing a really good job, dude. Okay. Okay. Make sure you're pointing that at me, right? Okay. Got it up on the bench. Coming over. Did we do it? We got it up there? Yeah? All right, we did it. All right. So, I need to take a breath. That was his first big job filming me. He's 6 years old and he loves that I do all of this stuff. And he's just like me. So I figured, what the hell, let's give it a try. So this rig is near and dear to my heart because this is really the second rig I ever built after my 10 series rig. Because these cars did really, really well and were really, really efficient on Ethereum and a bunch of other algorithms at the time. And they're so low power. One of the things I loved about this is that, as you can see, I can put them all, I can put 8 of them on a 1000 watt power supply. No server power supply is needed, just your standard Bitcoin mining motherboard. And then all the cards are on there, low power, usually run them around 75 watts or so per card. So I got a lot of work to do. I'm really happy at the shape that they're in. I have one more that has some fan issues that I gotta fix, but otherwise they've just been absolute tanks. Mix of EVGAs, a lot of gigabytes on there, and I got them at really good prices, and I'm thinking I can sell them for a pretty good price right now too. So sad to see them go, but I think it is definitely time. So now that we have that space created, let's get the 3060 Ti rig out there. So coming over here, this has been mining Aleo non-stop, and it's time to keep it going, but let's just put it out there, and I'll drop probably around 600 watts down in this basement. So sad to do, but power it off for now. Be back on in a second. Unplug the server power supply. Now I'm just gonna carry this one out there, no camera. All right, there it is. Cool, so let's get, I got the 2 power cables from the rigs I replaced. Couldn't be easier. Please nothing go wrong. And I got ATX power supply right here. And then I just gotta plug it in to Ethernet. And we should be ready to go. Actually, I have to plug in this PDU. All right, yeah, here's the Triplite PDUs that are definitely overkill. I don't know why I bought these things. I maxed them out way before I fill any of those actual plugs on there. So I got the 3 30 amps on the ceiling with meter boxes, and this one hasn't been in for a while. There we go, locked in place. That took more effort than it should have. Oh, that's good. Got signs of life here. So server power supply looks like it already turned on. So let's just get ATX. I know light is low right now. It's getting dark out, but that is nice ambiance right there, man. Woo! Listen to those cards boot up. God, I love them. I love mining so much. All right, what are we gonna do now? Let's go back in the basement. Yeah, we dropped, what was that, 600 watts? A little bit more than 600 watts. Taking that rig out of here, and you can see the temperatures kind of settled out. 81.5, which I expect to come down a little bit. But let's dive into this rig and see what my plan might be. All right, well, I gotta move this thing out of the way here. So it's gonna go on the floor for now. Wow, it just feels heavier than it did before. Oh, God. The amount of times I've moved rigs from the garage to the basement to the garage to the basement, watch the light, dude, it's a lot. Okay, so, oh, God. All right. So what I want to take a look at is a couple things. What I bought those cards for, and then what they're going for in sales right now. So I went back, I bought a lot of them on Amazon, 2019 and early 2020. And I was just kind of looking at like the average price that I paid. So I found one. This is, I think, the lowest price that I paid. All right, you can kind of see it there, but 1660 Super, $188. Look at the TIs that I bought. Around low 200s, mid 200s I paid for them. So I think that's pretty good. They've paid themselves off, like, I don't know, time and time and time and time and time again at this point. So anything that I sell them for, I don't have to recoup any expense on those GPUs. So I'm over on eBay, just looking at their sold listing for the 1660 Ti's. And I mean, this one sold really high, $150. Let's see what kind of like the averages are for these cards. There's a Gigabyte. That's the ones that I have, $100. That's a really terrible one with a single fan, $100. Strix, $120. That's a really good one. Let's see, EVGA. So like single fan. So I'm guessing like around $100, maybe $80 to $100 is what it's looking like. They all work except one that wasn't on that rig that I have to just replace a fan on. But yeah, $80 to $100. So like, I'm really at the point where I'm getting back maybe half of what I paid for the card, maybe a little bit less, which is pretty good. Like all these years later, you're considering that is 5 years later, I'm able to sell this GPU for around half, maybe a little less than half of what I bought it for. And I've mined with it just about that entire time. And the amount of Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies that it's generated in that time, like it is done an absolute great job. So 16 series cards, time to go. I got to figure out how I want to do it. I'll keep a couple just for testing, but really just getting them off there, cleaned up, tested out, get the boxes, which I think are up there, which will be sad because that's been a part of the YouTube studio since I started this crazy journey. So I'll replace those with something else. But yeah, continuing to just downsize, get rid of stuff that's not going to fit the filters of great for crypto mining, great for AI, and then great for ZK mining. And so sad to go, sentimental for sure, but I can't have emotions in business.